Hi, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to Homeward Studio. For today's video, I'll share with you 3 fun fall crafts that are budget friendly, easy to make, and if you want just a little something decorative, they'll fit into almost any space in your house. And here's a little picture of the 3 pieces I'm going to be making. And here's number 1. To make this is what you'll need. I have that sign I picked up this year from the Dollar Tree. I have this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. The little teeny pumpkin comes in a bag of, I think, 3 different sizes from Hobby Lobby. 40% off of, can't read it, $3.99? Yeah, 40% off of $3.99. And I have some celery chalk paint. This beautiful ribbon, I got it for 99 cents. I know I didn't get it from Pier 1. I don't know where I got it from, but it says Pier 1 on the back, and it's gorgeous. And I have some jute. So I always like to start by painting my pieces first, and so I'm just going to give one good coat of the celery onto this pumpkin here. And now I made a mistake and I left it in here. I wanted to remove both of those pieces there, and yeah, it didn't work so well. There's no way those pieces were going to come off. So here's how I remedy it. I pulled off the bow and all that stuff from this piece, and now I just take this scrapbook paper. I'm trying to figure out what I want it to look like in the middle of this piece. So I want to show, obviously, the really cute pumpkins, the big pumpkins in the middle. And I crease this with my finger, and now I take a very dull X-Acto blade. Don't do this. Here's my mistake number 2. I take this very dull blade and I try to run it down the side, and it did work out so good. You can see how fragmented that was. So I ended up using scissors and just cutting along that that fold that I creased in there. And now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit it in here because it was so fragmented, it was very uneven. So back to the drawing board. I got frustrated, put that down for a second, and I'm like, need to fix this thing up, and I'm going to paint the celery green, which matches the pumpkin, on both sides to the right of those strips of wood or whatever it is, MDF board or whatever. And then I'm going to paint on the inside of those. So those strips, I do not paint those at all. I do stain them at the end, but I'll show you that. And so now I'm going to put the paper in the center of this, and that's why I am painting that green. And you'll see how this all works together in a second. So I have these fancy schmancy scissors. I don't remember what they're called, but I got a package of like 10 of them for $9.99 at Ross. And I'm just making a fun little edge on all of these pieces, so the piece is not going to fit in right tight in the middle. In the middle, but it's going to fit loosely in the middle of it. I hope that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but you'll see. Because it was so crooked and uneven, I couldn't fix it. Obviously, you cut it too small, you can't make it bigger. So now I'm just taking my glue stick, and I'm just gonna put glue on the piece, and I'm also gonna put it on the paper. And by the way, if you have a Ross by you, I've got a lot of really great craft supplies from there, as well as clothes. I really love that store. The one by us is amazing. And a matter of fact, we're going to a black tie wedding. Not optional, it's black tie. I bought a beautiful, long, very elegant evening gown that's black and sparkly, and it's absolutely stunning for $19.99, and nobody's gonna know. And my silver rhinestone shoes were like $60. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to wear them again. My shoes were more expensive than my dress by a lot. But as you can see here, I rolled it out with a brayer and pushing all that glue down, and then I cleaned my brayer right away. We want to clean our surfaces right away so we keep them nice. And then I'm taking this dull X-Acto blade, which doesn't matter here because I do want to cut those grooves in the middle of the paper there. I do want to cut out those grooves. And so now I am going to fix this, and I have some wood glue, and I'm just going to put a bunch down there. You can still see where the piece chipped off, so we're going to remedy that in a different way. Also, I was going to put that painted pumpkin in the middle of this picture, but I ended up putting it over the boo-boo area, which I think it actually looks cuter, and then you can see the beautiful paper in the middle. This is totally customizable. There's a lot of beautiful paper. You can even use a napkin if you want, and Mod Podge that down in the middle here, and then there's tons of little pumpkins, and in all shapes and sizes. Just paint it the same color as a napkin, and there you go. So I put a little lace jute twine bow on that. And as you can see, I just cut out a little piece of ribbon and dovetailed it on both sides. Now I just tied it double knot right in the middle of that. Nothing fancy, no loops. I'm going to glue it right on top, kind of where the other ribbon was. And then I have these little buttons, and they were 50 cents. I do not know where I got these, but they were on clearance, and they're just gold buttons, like a jacket button or something. I have tons and tons and tons of buttons. And I just glued one right there to hide the jute. And then now I thought the sides just kind of blended in with that, so I just took some antique on a baby wipe and just darkened them a little bit, and then I thought, yeah, okay, that's perfect. And here's what the whole thing looks like. And I did put some jute. I think I took 3 pieces, probably about 6 inches long, no, 7 inches long, tied them in the middle, and then glued them on top of that bow as well. I just thought it needed something a little bit more on top. Here's my second piece. This is really easy. I was going to make 2. I didn't end up making the second one, but I'm showing you that you can make 2 of them different sizes. I have the 2 arrows from the Dollar Tree. These beads, they were 40% off of $5.99 Hobby Lobby. I have some tumbling tower blocks. I have some black in the color ink chalk paint, and then I have some white acrylic paint, some jute, and I also have that orange colored burlap, and that was from the Dollar Tree, the burlap. So I'm just clipping off the backs here, and you're going to want to remove the stickers and obviously paint the back, but I didn't for the purpose of this video. Now I don't want them to look like arrows, so I just want to clip off that little side there, and I'm just taking a ruler and just drawing a line where I want to saw it. And I couldn't find my saw anywhere. My husband wasn't home, and I tried to text him from work, and he wasn't answering me, and I was in a hurry. So I tried to take my miter shears, which are the worst miter shears in the world. I do not recommend them, and I will not put a link in my description box below for them. I know there's others that are nicer, but you can also take a saw. I couldn't find a saw anywhere, so I just kept scoring it and taking my miter shears and clipping it out. Yeah, anyway, take a saw if you have one, or sharp miter shears. After I did that, I painted it. I did sand it because it was pretty messy, and I painted it. Then I took the orange burlap, and I cut like a teardrop out for the bird's nose. And I'm showing you here, this is the best way to get eyes that are even. If you can't, I just can't paint a circle. One will be bigger than the other, one will be taller, thinner. So I just took a white piece of paper, made a circle, folded it over, and cut it out. So now you have 2 that are exactly the same size. And then I placed it on the wood piece here, traced it out with a pencil, and then I removed the pieces, and now I'm going to color that in with the white paint. And a big, huge thank you to all of my subscribers. And if you're not subscribed yet and stopping by, a warm welcome to Homeward Studio. If you like budget-friendly decor, seasonal decor, thrift flips, and so much more, tap the subscribe button, tap the bell, and then tap all. And every time I post a new video, you'll get a notification. And this is what helps my channel grow, as well as all of your likes, your shares, and your comments. And I truly love to hear your comments. And I thank you a whole bunch. So now, after I've colored all that in, I have a little teeny tiny brush that I showed you here, and I'm just fine-tuning the outside, drawing like a little circle and cleaning up all the little boo-boos in there, all the little areas where it kind of bled. And make sure when you're painting on paint, make sure the bottom layer is completely dry, or it will run and it will bleed and it'll mix together. It won't look good. So ask me how I know, because sometimes I'm impatient and I do that, and I think I can get away with it, and I can't, and then it just makes it all worse. Okay, so in the middle, I just took and I painted some little black like pupils in there, and then I'm gluing this on. Now, don't use hot glue if you make this and if you do this. And you can use anything. I use the burlap. You can use felt. You can use a marker. You can use any kind of material. I would put Mod Podge on it and glue it down that way, because this burlap, the glue will seep right through it. And so now I'm going to take and distress this a lot, because I want to have this distressed look. And by the way, I saw something similar to this on Pinterest and I loved it so much. So my idea is not, it's my idea as far as I made it my own, but it was somebody else's idea, and I just kind of took it and changed it up a little bit. I thought they were so cute that I A, had to share them with you, but B, I wanted to make this for myself, and I'm probably going to make a shorter one too to put on my little shelf. I think they're so cute. And then I just wrapped it around several times with the jute, and now I'm just making a bow, a shoelace bow. And I'm going to make this bow, the tails, very long, because we're going to put some beads on it. And these are the beads that were from Hobby Lobby. And I just like these colors. They were nice fall colors. And this was frayed, the end here of the jute, so I just put some tape around it, and then you pinch it, and then you can just pop the beads right on. And these were larger beads anyway. So I measured them, and I did it on both sides. And then I measured them and made sure that they just touched the bottom. And then after that, I took and did a double knot. So double knotted it on itself. And then I cut it off, and I just let the little teeny piece on the end hang out. And then I have 3 Jenga blocks that I hot glued together. This is to hold it upright. So you're going to want to balance that. See, I'm showing you how when you get it balanced, then glue it. Don't just glue it flat on there, because it'll either tip forward or it'll tip backwards. So balance it and then hold it still, and then glue the blocks on there. Now, it's not going to balance on my mat because my mat buckles up in the middle, but it does balance out. Then I just had a little teeny flower in my stash, and I just glued it up on top. And yeah, I think this is so stinking cute. What do you guys think about this? I just love this piece. And here's my last piece, last but not least. This is a super simple, these are 3 tiny, quick, like very inexpensive pieces to make if you just want a little something. So I have this piece, I believe that was from the Dollar Tree. A little velvet pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. It came in a pack of I don't know how many. This napkin, probably from Home Goods where I get all mine. And the Hello Fall words, and then some ribbon, Dollar Tree, Mod Podge. in my antique wax. And again, first you want to paint everything so that by the time you're ready to put it together, it's already dry. Although I do take my blow dryer to it to give it a head start always. I painted one coat and then I wiped it off with a baby wipe. And then now I'm just going to put a little bit of Mod Podge in the middle of this. Not a lot, not too thin, but don't goop it on because then it'll really buckle in here. Oh, and I did pull the plies off of the napkin. That's super important or it will buckle. And then I made sure that there was no Mod Podge around the sides of that because the napkin will stick up into it because this was not a perfect fit. I just kind of cut it out in kind of a, as much of the shape as I could. And then I just fit it in there, and now I have a piece of cling wrap or plastic wrap that's bunched up, and I'm just pressing all of the wrinkles out. So I'm kind of going from side to side and up and down and pushing the wrinkles out to the side, not down into the middle. And then when that's dry, I just take my X-Acto knife here. I really abused this knife on these 3 projects, let me tell you. I got to change the blade anyway, it was due. And I clipped the rest out, and then I went around the edges, and I also went around the inside, around the edges of the napkin with the antique wax, because it kind of hides where the napkin starts and where the wood starts and ends. You won't be able to see it, it blends it right in, it just works beautifully. And now, I got to distress everything. I like my distressing. And that's what I did. I just went around there real quick. And now I'm just going to glue the Hello Fall on. And honestly, all these pieces, I'm kind of crafting out of my stash. Other than that first pumpkin piece, I didn't buy any of this stuff. I've had some of this for a long time. I'm sorry. I did buy those napkins this year too, because I don't have enough. I have way too many. And actually, I'm probably going to do a giveaway when I hit my 2,500 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm going to do a giveaway, and it's going to be. Part of it is going to be a ton of napkins, but I'm going to give away some little goodies that you can craft with. So I glued my pumpkin on there. Make sure the pumpkin is up, not right flat or flush to the bottom, because my piece, I had to take that pumpkin off and then move it up a little bit because it just kept pushing the sign over. And then now I just have this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I made 2 loops on the side and then tied them in the middle and angled the ends, and that's it. And I love this piece. I love these colors. I am really, really crushing on these colors, these light pumpkin colors this year. Every year I kind of change my mind, and I think last year might have been more neutral, but I'm back to the colors again. But I do like this too, though. But I kind of consider this a little bit lighter, not super vibrant fall. But anyway, here is the whole shebang, all 3 pieces. And that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed my video, and remember to subscribe and like my video and all of that good stuff. And like I always say, I'll be back real soon. And until then, you have a blessed day. Bye.